I'd like to call to order the Shakopee Board of Adjustment and Appeals meeting today, Thursday, December 4th at 7:02 PM. Mr. Kersey, can we get a roll call?
Yep. Commissioner Forsythe.
Here.
Commissioner Weiler.
Here.
Commissioner Sandu.
Here.
Commissioner Redding.
Here.
Commissioner Ranawell. Commissioner Sepulveda. Commissioner Robbins.
Here.
Thank you. We have a very brief agenda tonight. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as stated?
So moved.
Second.
And a second, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Third, recognition by Board of Adjustments and Appeals of any interested citizens. Is there anybody in attendance tonight that would like to speak about something not on tonight's agenda? Seeing none. Move on to 4, the consent agenda. We have the proposed dates for 2026 meeting dates and deadlines. Do we need a roll call vote on this or
Nope.
just a motion? Okay, any discussion about the dates? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the
Mr.
dates?
Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as shown.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Second, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Great, we'll move on to item 5, other business. Is there any other business that's not on tonight's agenda to be discussed? Great, seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
thank you, all approved, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Great, we are adjourned at 7:04 PM.
That means I will call to order the Shakopee Planning Commission at 7:04. We'll start with item 1 on the agenda, roll call.
Commissioner Forsythe.
Here.
Commissioner Weiler.
Here.
Commissioner Sandu.
Here.
Commissioner Redding.
Here.
Commissioner Ranawell. Commissioner Sepulveda. Commissioner Robbins.
Here.
Thank you. We'll move on to item 2, approval of the agenda. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Commissioner Robbins.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Sandu. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, move on to item 3, recognition by Planning Commission of interested citizens. Is there anybody here that would like to speak on an item that's not on the agenda tonight? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to item 4, the consent agenda. Similar to the Board of Adjustments, it's 2026 meeting dates and deadlines. Any discussion on anything on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to move the consent agenda of 2026 meeting dates and deadlines.
Thank you, Commissioner Sandu, second.
A second.
Commissioner Weiler with the second. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. We do have 2 items under general business, both public hearings. The first one, 5A, is the annexation of the MUSA expansion and comprehensive plan map amendment. First thing we'll need to do is open the public hearing.
I make a motion that we open the public hearing.
Thank you, Commissioner Robbins.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Redding. Any discussion on opening the public hearing? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Is there a presentation from staff? Yep. Great.
Good evening. So this is the public hearing for annexation, MUSA expansion, and comprehensive plan amendment. U.S. Homes doing business as Lennar is proposing annexation and a comprehensive plan amendment existing guiding, which is Suburban Edge, and would be turned to suburban residential. And this is the location of the Scott County Towers, which would be shown as utility in the land use. And then this is the MUSA that would be extended. So we're extending this little area down here circled in red. So this would be our expansion area for sewer. As many of you remember, D.R. Hortons brought sewer down through this area to serve this area. It's a deep sewer, so we have capacity. This is the expansion area in detail. So tonight, we're requiring two separate actions and votes. Offer a motion of a positive recommendation to the City Council for approval of the draft resolution R 2025-132, approving the annexation of the property, and then offer a motion of positive recommendation to the City Council for adoption of a draft resolution 2025-133, approving a comprehensive plan map amendment of Figure 4.12 entitled Planned Use, and Figure 4.60 Plan Metropolitan Urban Service Area and the 2040 Comprehensive Plan.
Thank you. Any questions for city staff to
Yeah,
start?
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, Commissioner Robbins.
So are we changing, Mr. Kirsky, I get the first part of this, but are we changing because of this development, we're changing zoning from one thing, suburban edge or something? Can you go over that again? Because there's a change.
We're not changing this is guiding, not zoning.
All right, guiding, okay.
And there's some dispute with the Met Council that we still haven't resolved, so we're bringing this forward. Before we get to council, we'll get it resolved. They're showing that they could meet the existing guiding, which is the yellow, but the Met Council said they're 0.01 units over, so we need to figure out why they think that. We don't want to be in a position where we have to come back again. So this is kind of an insurance move to ensure that if they hold their ground, we can move forward to the council as suburban residential.
And just to make,
So if we pass this, then, as you say, even if the existing is not right, we have this insurance policy of re-guiding this that would allow the development.
Yes, so Chair and Commissioners, what we would do is not bring forward the guiding change to the City Council for this land if it indeed is under 3. If it's over 3, we'll bring it forward. So the initial Met Council reaction is it's 3.018 or something, because they calculated it different than the developer in the city, and so we had to try and figure out what the difference is.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Mr. Kirsky.
sounds good. Anything else for city staff? No. All right, this is a public hearing. If there's anybody here that would like to speak on this issue, feel free to come up and.
You need to come up there or talk?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you'd like to speak, come up to the chair, sign in on that sheet. If there's is there a pen there yet?
Yep, I'll get it.
Perfect. Yeah, and then once you've signed in, then feel free to let us know your thoughts.
Never done this before. Sure, thanks. Okay, first of all, this temperature stuff outside, you need to fix this.
Fair. We'll do our best.
Thanks. One of the questions I have,
Can you state your name, please?
I'm sorry, I'm Don Conway from Shakopee. I live on Zumbro, next to all this developing right here.
Okay, great.
Our house currently is the house that's right on the southwest edge there. That's right on the border of that blue line there. That's our home right now. My question is, when they start developing this, what protections are we going to have for damages to our property or to my garage is right on the border of Jackson and Louisville. What protections am I going to have for the ground not eroding away while we're doing our developing? Is there anything there that's going to protect us from developing damages?
Yeah, maybe we can hear from city staff. What if
Yep.
there's construction nearby, what What protections does a homeowner have?
So typically, when they start doing grading, they'll meet with you and talk about how they're going to do it and what the final grades will be. We had that same issue further up in along the bluff on the other side of 78,
Yep.
where there were existing homes that had already been built, and they provided some additional protection in that area for the homes.
Okay, all right. I was just concerned on that. And then my next question is, the homes that are being built in there, we've noticed that they're super close to each other. And I think I saw you put in there, it was three units per acre.
That's the Met Council minimum.
That's kind of close. So if I burn your house down, who's paying for the damages? How does insurance work on that? Because they're so close. I mean, it's a bigger question that you
they
can
won't-
probably answer, but jeepers creeps are close.
That's where we have it. The whole city's that way right now, so it's not been an issue to date.
Okay, because like I said, I'm afraid if somebody's house burns down, the next one next to it's going to burn.
No, and the other big change we made is we now have a full-time fire department starting in January serving this area. It was previously a much longer call. There's now a full battalion in place across from Hy-Vee, so.
Yep, I know. A friend of mine's on that force, so.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's pretty much all the concerns I had. I just, is there a contact or from Lennar that we'll get in the mail possibly?
I think
I spoke
somebody
with one gentleman.
from Lennar is here, and when they get to the zoning, they can speak.
Yeah, just have a contact number for whoever in the
I'm
future.
sure he'll be
so.
happy to give you his card.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and for what it's worth, and this is all public, there's a guy named Josh Metzer
Yep, I
from
think I met him.
Lennar.
Yep.
Yeah, that he wrote some notes on the neighborhood meeting that happened. I'm sure he'd be a good contact, at least to start with.
Works for me. Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's not plugged in, so you can just give you one.
Thank you for that. Is there anybody else who'd like to speak on this issue? All right, seeing none,
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing.
thank you, Commissioner Robbins. Is there a second?
So moved.
Commissioner Redding with the second. Any discussion on closing the public hearing? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Public hearing's closed. So the next step is to either discuss it among ourselves or just bring these two actions. And they're two separate actions, each with their own voice vote or roll call vote.
Well, Mr. Chair, if I could, these, generally speaking, we're in the planning commission now, so what we decide here will, the city council, Mr. Kiersky, correct me if I'm wrong, the city council gets to vote on this as well, am I right?
Yep, they have the chair and commissioners, they have the final say on any action.
All right, I just say that for the record.
But
Okay.
this is the public hearing, so.
It's a public hearing.
Yeah, thanks. And right, so what we're offering is a recommendation to the city council rather than anything final.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still confused. We still working on the item 5A, or when are we gonna do these two? Are they combining 5A and 5B? Is that
No,
what's going
so
on?
the 5A is approving the annexation, and then the Muse expansion and comp plan amendment are the second vote. You have to annex the property in first, and then you have to expand the MUSA and change the comp plan.
And then 5B is the zoning and the plat of
These homes.
these two properties.
Yep.
Right, the utility tower and then the
So,
development.
So, Mr. Chair, Mr. Kiersky, there's two motions in 5A, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I was trying.
Right.
Thank you.
So there's a positive recommendation for the approval of the resolution approving the annexation, and a positive recommendation for the adoption of another resolution approving the MUSA expansion. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a MUSA and the comp plan,
Thank you, yes. Yep,
because they're both in the comp plan.
right. Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'll make a motion for a positive recommendation to the City Council for approval of Resolution R 2025-132, approving the annexation of property in Jackson Township into the city of Shakopee.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Weiler with the second. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, we'll go to a roll call.
Commissioner Forsyth,
Aye.
Commissioner Weiler.
Aye.
Commissioner Sandu.
Aye.
Commissioner Redding.
Aye.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Thank you. That passes 5-0. So we'll move on to the second vote that we need to do. Anybody interested?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we make a positive recommendation to the City Council for adoption of Resolution R 2025-133, approving a comprehensive plan map amendment to Figure 412 entitled Planned Land Use and Figure 4.60 Planned Metropolitan Urban Service Area, parens MUSA, in the 2040 Comprehensive Plan for the Scott County's utility site and for the Greenview proposed development.
Thank you for that. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Redding with the second. Any discussion on that second proposal? Hearing none, we'll go to roll call.
Commissioner Forsyth,
Aye.
Commissioner Weiler,
Aye.
Commissioner Sandu,
Aye.
Commissioner Redding,
Aye.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Thank you. That passes unanimously 5-0. And we'll move on now to item 5B, which is the second public hearing on a zoning and preliminary plat of Greenview and the Scott County Utility Tower. So the first thing we'll do is open that public hearing.
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Thank you, Commissioner Redding. Is there
So
a second?
moved.
Commissioner Sandi with the second. Any discussion on opening the public hearing? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. I assume there's a presentation from staff on this one as well?
Yep.
Great.
So again, Commissioners, this is the public hearing for the zoning of Greenview and Scott County Emergency Communication Facility and the preliminary plat of Greenview. City of Shakopee and Lennar are proposing to establish zoning for the Scott County Emergency Communication Facility as agricultural preservation, as well as preliminary plat and plan unit development PUD for the proposed Greenview subdivision. The subdivision would create 193 single-family residential lots on the property located west of Marystown Road and east of Zumbro Avenue. So again, same sites. Developers proposing homes compliant with the design and performance standards for the urban residential R1B zone, with the exception of reduced lot widths, which would be a mix of 50-foot wide lots, 55-foot wide lots, and 65-foot wide lots, with all homes to provide LP siding on the front elevations. The applicant is proposing 2 phases of development of the property, starting with the easternly area shown on the attached concept site plan, and the subdivision would include over 11 acres of land compliant with the required 15% open space for PUD projects that would be available as open space, preserved natural resource areas, and trails within the project. So here is the proposed phase 1. In the colored area, phase 2 is the darker color. So major challenge for the developer is Scott County and the city are requiring a connection from Marystown Road over to Zumbro through kind of the middle of their property. So it made it a little bit more difficult versus over at D.R. Horton, where they had some capacity to vary some of the streets. So we did work with them to provide some curvilinear streets here. There's a little cul-de-sac over here because this property up here is not currently in the city of Shakopee. And then they are preserving the areas. In this area, there is a wetland here. There'll be some small play area here. This is another wetland coming down from the D.R. Horton project. And there are 2 wetlands over here that will have trails that eventually will connect to whenever the sand property to the south, currently in Louisville Township, should develop. So there's your open space over on this side. There's a very large wetland over here that they're preserving, and then there's some additional open space along Zumbro to buffer the homes. Again, this will be a moderately busy street because this is the major east-west connection down in this section of town. Scott County parcel presently contains their emergency communication facility on a 250-foot tower with equipment shelters, which will remain and stay in compliance with the conditional use permit that was approved for this facility in 1990 by Scott County. No other plans for the property are proposed at the time. And so will stay agricultural preservation because they're not really going to do anything with it. And then this blue area is the planned unit development zoning. So here's the preliminary plat. So it shows a variety of lot widths, some larger lots along the cul-de-sacs, smaller lots south of this new arterial street. And here's their landscape plan, meets our minimum landscape standards for true 2 trees per lot. So there are 3 separate actions or votes tonight. Offer a positive recommendation to the City Council for adoption of draft ordinance O-2025-025, approving the zoning to agriculture preservation for the emergency communication facility towers. A positive recommendation to the City Council for adoption of the draft ordinance approving the zoning to PUD, District Number 15 for the Greenview subdivision, and offer a positive recommendation to the City Council for adoption of the draft resolution 2025-134, approving their preliminary plat.
So just a quick question. It seems like the Scott County parcel, there's not really going to be any change to it. That,
No,
it
no.
seems like that's more of a, like a administrative sort of change to to agriculture from,
Yet we're not allowed to leave gaps anymore in, unless it's per the orderly annexation agreement, like that house is actually in the later stages of annexation, so if they don't want to come in, we're leaving them. However, the Scott County one is in this stage of annexation, so we have to annex it in. Typically, when it's a use like that, we don't have a tower use for communication, so we just make it agriculture.
okay.
Mr. Chair?
Yeah, go ahead, Commissioner Robbins.
Mr. Kirsky is the applicant here?
Yes,
Okay, I would have some questions for him, so.
okay. They'll
Anything
finish
else for city staff?
questions.
All right.
All right.
This is a public hearing, and if you wouldn't mind coming up and signing in. Oh, yeah, is there a pen?
Sorry. Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. My name is Joe Jablonski, here this evening to represent Lenart.
Thank you. If you had anything you'd like to say first, feel free. Otherwise, we might have some questions for you.
I think Mr. Kirsty's presentation covered the basis of it, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Great, thanks. Let's start with
Chair.
Commissioner Robbins.
Yeah, you've got a lot of houses planned, and I'm sure this is in the report, but I wonder if you'd give us a little rundown of the timing of this project, what's going to go first, when will all the houses be up, how long will this take? Can you give us a timetable on that?
Sure. We would like to start our development activity right away in the spring, which would be spring of '26 at this point. It'll take us probably the better part of 4 or 5 months to get the development work done, so we'll be, at best case scenario, starting homes in probably August, September, and we will phase through the development. One of the exhibits that was put up earlier showed what our proposed first addition will be. So we'd like to get that started. More likely than not, there'll be earthwork occurring through the whole site or some form of earthwork occurring throughout the year while we transition into streets, utilities, those kind of things. And then we will likely do this in 2 phases ultimately for development. As far as houses go, there are 193 of them. If we have our wish, we'll go through them relatively quickly. It is a little bit slower market right now, so I think we're projecting about 6 homes a month to build, sell, and close, somewhere around there throughout the life stage of the development, which would put it at probably about a 4.5 to 5 year build cycle from the time we start our first house to the time we finish our last one. Hopefully it goes a little faster, but based on our market research and things in the area, that's about what we're thinking it will do.
So can I clarify, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair?
absolutely.
So you hope to start in '26 in building. But you got 193 houses, and what you've said is you'll have a first stage of 70 or whatever, but it's going to take you until 2031, you think, approximately 5-year build-out to get all these 193 houses up. Is that correct?
Something like that, and if the market allows us to go faster, we will. You know, if the, and remember that, that's for people moving in and closing those houses, so the actual development work will be done much quicker than that. It'll just take some time as we build through the houses themselves and sell them, and have people moving into them.
Mr. Chair, just one more follow-up. You said things are slow right now. What's the market like? Is it, are there financial things, or people holding on or not quite as fast as you'd like?
For sure, yes. You know, there's a number of challenges still occurring in the housing market. Interest rates are not what they were a few years ago. That is one of them. Hopefully, they continue to improve a little bit. But I think what you're seeing and what we are proposing here with some varying lot sizes allows for different price points and things that allows for a mix of different prices, sizes, and those kind of things that provide variety and allow the ability for more people to, it kind of broadens the spectrum of who we can reach.
Right. One final thing, if I could. You said price ranges. Can you give us an idea of what kind of prices we're talking about for these homes?
Yeah, the smallest ones on the smallest home sites will be in the probably 435 range. That's about 1,200, 1,300 square feet. Some of the largest on the cul-de-sacs and the larger home sites will likely get up around 650, 700,000, somewhere in there. And there'll be a number of different plans and products to space that out between them.
All right. Mr. Chair, thanks.
Yeah, and the plan is for all these to be single family, right? No twin home, townhome, right?
Correct.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks. Any other questions for the applicant?
One,
Yeah, go ahead.
just to follow up on the timing, will the first phase have a mixture of that price range, or is the phasing where all the lower?
We are
price
going to
will be-
try to introduce all three of them in the first phase. So if the phasing plan was up, you can kind of see where there's three different types. It looks like you can do it there. So the blue is the largest, the green being the medium size, and the orangish being the smallest. So in a perfect world, and if things go well, we'll be able to introduce all three of them around the same time right away.
Got it, thank you.
Good. Sure. Yeah.
And you're building the road in the first phase, right?
I believe that's the plan.
Yeah. That's what it shows.
And we'll work with staff on figuring that out.
Oh,
I didn't quite, Mr. Kearsley, say building the road first?
So that,
that east-west road that goes through the middle of everything, is that what you're talking about?
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we need to build the open space, a portion of the open space to meet that requirement for the 15%. So it looks like with the two yellow areas where there's some homes and some trails and then the road, I think they'll be fine because they need two ways in and out of the subdivision for fire access. So
All right, thank
Thank you. Any other questions for the applicant? Thank you for your time, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And this is a public hearing still? Is there anybody else that'd like to speak? No? All right. Well, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Commissioner Redding, thank you. Commissioner Robbins with the second. Any discussion on closing the public hearing? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. All right, so we're out of the public hearing. Certainly there's room for us to discuss if there's something to discuss. Otherwise, there will be three separate votes on this, all recommendations to the city council. One is for rezoning, in essence, for that Scott County Emergency Communication Facility. From what I understand, there's nothing happening to the parcel, it's just zoning. The second one is the PUD for the residential development. And then third is that preliminary plat. So we're taking care of a lot of things here. Any discussion on any of those three? All right. Well, I'm not hearing any discussion, so we can certainly go into the motions if anybody's
Mr.
interested.
Chairman,
Yes.
I'll make a positive recommendation. I move that we make a positive recommendation to the city council for the adoption of ordinance 02025-025, approving the zoning to agricultural preservation, AG paren zone, for the Scott County Emergency Communication Facility.
Thank you. The only one little thing is that that first is the letter O. It's not a zero, right? So it's O2025. I just want to make sure there's no.
Yeah.
No.
Are we good with that?
Yes,
All
I
right.
stand corrected. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that. Is there a second for that motion?
I'll second.
Commissioner Redding with the second. Is there any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, we'll go to a roll call.
Commissioner Forsyth.
Aye.
Commissioner Weiler.
Aye.
Commissioner Sandu.
Aye.
Commissioner Redding.
Aye.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Thank you for that. All right, so took care of the important one, the communications facility. Now we'll move on to number 2, if anybody's interested.
Well, I'll propose that we make a positive recommendation to the city council for adoption of ordinance 02025-024, approving the zoning to planned unit development district number 15 for the proposed Greenview subdivision.
Thank you, Commissioner Redding. Is there a second on that?
So moved.
I got Commissioner Weiler first. Sorry about that, Commissioner Sandy.
Next one.
Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, we'll go to a roll call.
Commissioner Forsyth.
Aye.
Commissioner Weiler.
Aye.
Commissioner Sandu.
Aye.
Commissioner Redding.
Aye.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
All right, thank you. The PUD is taken care of. Now, if anybody's interested in moving on to number 3.
I will make a recommendation to make a positive recommendation to the city council for adoption of resolution R 2025-134, approving the preliminary plot of Greenview.
Thank you, Commissioner Sandu. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Robbins with the second. Any discussion on the preliminary plat? Hearing none, we'll go to a roll call.
Commissioner Forsyth.
Aye.
Commissioner Weiler.
Aye.
Commissioner Sandu.
Aye.
Commissioner Redding.
Aye.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Thank you for that. That passes unanimously. And now 5B is taken care of. So we will move on to item 6, other business. Is there any other business to talk
No, sir.
about? All right. Glad to hear it. Then we'll move on to item 7 and entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
To
Commissioner-
January 8th.
What's that?
January 8th.
Specifically to January 8th. Thank you. Yes. It is not January 1st for a bunch of reasons. 1, because it's New Year's Day, and 2, because there was not going to be a city council meeting in the month before it.
So for clarification, we're moving to adjourn to January 8th?
That's right.
2026, is that right?
Yes.
2026 sounds pretty good on that.
Yes,
Yeah, let's
thank
do
you.
that.
All
At
right.
7 o'clock?
Yes,
Here?
yes,
All right.
yeah.
And who had that motion?
Temperature?
Who made that motion?
Who moved to adjourn?
Well, I'll move to adjourn if no.
Commissioner Redding made the motion to adjourn.
And I'll
There's
second.
Commissioner Robbins with the second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're adjourned at 7:35.